off now to see the Pirates Voyage show and dinner, which if you don't know what that is, it's most people have heard of Medieval Times. It's essentially that, but with pirates.
Okay, look right here. Again. Again.
Hey, man, look.
Did you have fun at the show? Show. Was it fun? Did you like it? Yeah. Did you clap a lot? Yes. Did you clap a whole lot? Did you say yay? Yay.
The show was really good. Padme really enjoyed it. She was clapping and cheering through a lot of the show, and they bring you a lot of food. I mean, it wasn't 5-star quality food, but it was good. It was chicken and pork and sweet potatoes and mac and cheese. We didn't get any footage from inside because they did ask us not to film. So that's why we don't have any footage of the show itself. But there's a lot of acrobats. They had a sea lion come out and do a show. They had dogs and parrots flying around. It was really cool. Anything to say about it?
No, not really. I mean, Padme really, it was funny how zoned in she was. She was clapping and just totally into it. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was more fun watching her have fun watching it. So it was a good show. So after days of calling, we finally found a company that could come take a look at our windshield. We assumed that it would take a shop to do it right, and we understand that, but we needed to know if we were safe to travel. Well, finally I found somebody out here that was willing to come out, and he took a look at it, and he assured us that the windshield is not going anywhere, that even though it is loose on the top corners, it's glued in very well so we can drive. Unfortunately, he can't get us into his shop for several weeks. He said his advice would be put silicone on it so the water doesn't leak in, and wait until you can drive somewhere to a shop that can do it for you. So that's what we're gonna do. And now, since we're done waiting for him and we still have some daylight left, it is our last day here in the Smoky Mountains, well, at least in the Smoky Mountain part of Tennessee, and we really wanted to ride a mountain coaster. So we're gonna try our best and see if we can ride that today. We've been waiting because of the rain, and we didn't want to ride it in the rain. It's been raining on and off, so hopefully we get enough break in the weather to be able to do it. We'll see. So, no Alpine coaster yet. We ran into some issues. Our first issue was that, like a lot of places nowadays, they have stopped answering their phones. They tell you either you can go to their website or it's just an automated system. And all we needed to ask them was if they can accept a ticket off a screen of a phone. Some places can, some places can't. And obviously we have no way to print a ticket because we don't have a printer with us. So I guess we could go to a Staples or an Office Max, but that would have been an extra trip if they would just scan it off the phone. Well, we drove all the way down there. They do take tickets off the phone. So we went ahead and Steph found the tickets on Groupon, and it saved us $4. It isn't a ton of money, but every penny counts. The problem is, at the Alpine coaster, we didn't have very good cell service, so we weren't going to receive an email with our tickets. So we had to drive further into town. We went there and processed the tickets and got them paid for, and then apparently what we weren't aware of is Groupon can take up to 2 hours to get your ticket. A lot of things do it instantly, but not Groupon. So now we've ran out of time, and we went ahead and drove all the way back to the RV. We need to put Padme down for a nap because we really don't want to skip her nap again today. And we're hoping that the rain holds off. It's supposed to, according to the weather app, but you know how that can go. We're hoping that the rain holds off, and we're going to try to go back this evening, and hopefully we get that email, because it's already been probably close to an hour and we haven't gotten anything yet. Also, we've burned up more gas than we've saved using Groupon. So if you ever use Groupon, buy your tickets the day before.
Okay, we're headed back out. Coaster, take 2. There's Dada. Hi.
All right. Say hi to Mama. Say hi, Mama. She's right there. Man, what a crazy way to end this long last day here in Pigeon Forge. The ride was great, I went ahead and went first, and I was going to strap our action cam to me, and I got to the ride, and I could not get it to turn on. It wouldn't turn on, and I don't know why. And so that sucked because I wanted to film the coaster going down. So I rode the ride. It was great. It was really fun. I didn't hit the brakes at all. You don't need to. It was fun. It was a good ride. I got back and showed Steph that it wasn't working, and it turned on. So it meant that Steph had to wear it. Well, she didn't have to wear it, but she volunteered to wear it so we could film the ride. And she got in line and granted, she didn't want to ride in the dark. We wanted to ride right in the evening, so the lights were on, but it was still light enough to see the view. And I rode in the light, and she got in line to ride, and she got all the way to the gate to get on the line.
The next one through the gate.
She was the next person, and they shut it down for a safety check. The guy said for 15 minutes. It was more like 45 minutes.
It's forever.
Maybe it was close to an hour. I don't know. But by the
I don't think it was
time...
quite an hour, but it was a while.
It was a long while. And by the time she got to ride, it was completely dark. The camera seems like it did work. I'm hoping the footage turned out okay because it doesn't film well in the dark. But there's a headlight on the coaster, so here's hoping. But that's our last day. It's been a long one. We're ready to get back.
A long day of misfortunes today.
It has. But at least we got to ride.
Yeah.
Regardless. But
we did get to do that. I was nervous we weren't gonna get to ride at all.
Yeah.
So at least we got to do it.
He said 15 minutes, and I thought after 30 or so minutes went by, I'm like, they're gonna shut it down, and she's not gonna be able to ride. And luckily they didn't. But
yeah. And I'm ready for a shower now. Rob says I'm a mess. Kind of threw me around.
It blew her hair around. So, tomorrow we're hitting the road, and we do not have a campground because the one we wanted to stay at was supposed to be
Passport America.
Passport America.
I called and they didn't. They said we didn't do it. They didn't do it anymore. And the other lady didn't answer the phone.
So I guess we're calling tomorrow on the road. So we're on the road now this morning. So far the trip's been pretty easy. Our original plan was to head towards Cherokee, North Carolina, and then start making our trek back home from there, because we were trying to make it back to Virginia for Padme's second birthday. But after looking at the map, we saw that, if we were in a car, it would have been kind of a straightforward drive through the mountains. But because we're in the big rig here, the only way that we would have been able to go, we would have had to go the long way up and around, and we would have had to backtrack south a little over an hour. And we don't want to backtrack because Cherokee, we weren't really dead set on going there. We were just trying to make our way back north, back home. There isn't really any sights that we want to see. I mean, we're going to see what we can get into on our way, but instead we've decided to head towards Interstate 81 North, which runs right by our home, and we're just going to start heading north that way. We found a campground on the way about 50 minutes from here outside of Greenville, Tennessee, and we're going to stop there and stay for 4 nights or so. We've got about 10 days before we need to be back in Virginia, so we'll see you when we get there. right, we're here at our next stop. It's here in the middle of nowhere, Tennessee, really, right outside of Greenville, Tennessee. We're up in the mountains. This place, it's okay. It's the cheapest place we've stayed. We use Passport America. We're only paying $15 a night here. But I like to call these places down to earth. You know, these are real places. You know, it's not the cleanest, it's not the most maintained, but it's level spots. All your hookups work, your water works. They got good Wi-Fi. What more could you ask for? Another good thing about places like this is you're allowed to do work on your RV, which I need to do some maintenance today. So I use the jacks of the RV to tilt it to one side, move the windshield, and I'm sealing up one side of the windshield there where my ladder is that you can see. Hopefully that'll dry in the next few days, and then the next place we go, I can tilt it back the other way and do the other side, because right now the gap is too big. But the windshield's sitting in its gasket over there, and it's drying, so we'll see. I also put some new distilled water in our batteries, which was needing to be done. I had a small pinhole leak on the radiator of our tow car. I know I can get a new radiator for pretty cheap. Even a brand new one's like $100. I probably wouldn't get a brand new one, but I just used some high temp JB Weld just to limp us by. I mean, this car's only got to last us a year, and it was such a small, tiny little leak that, you know, I cleaned the area really good, sanded it down, applied that high temp JB Weld, and it should hold. It should be all right. And even if it doesn't, it's not like it's like leaking a lot of antifreeze. There's just a little bit, and a little tiny bit squirting out there. But yeah, just enjoying the break. We really don't have much planned for this area. We're kind of working our way back towards Virginia, so just take advantage of this and use it as a little downtime, a little maintenance time, and yeah, and then we'll move on. We're going to be here for 4 nights.
Work. Over there. Oh, over you.
Today's adventure, we are headed to City Garage Car Museum. It's about 10 miles from where we're staying.
Can you get in there? There you go.
means something. You know, this isn't the time machine, but it's a sight for sore eyes to see a good looking one that's just not destroyed. I don't know if the camera will show how massive this car's proportions are. It's here next to a Willys Jeep. Look how big the wheel is compared to the Jeep. Behind it is a 57 Chevy, and that's a big car. And just look at how big this looks compared to it. That wheel in the back almost comes up to the top of that Bel Air's fin. Look at that, there's a chain drive on it. It's huge. The man at the museum tells me somebody added disc brakes to it, and they also added more modern headlights inside of the headlight fixtures. But other than that, it's all original. Man, it's just huge. So the car museum didn't take long, and we decided to do something else free, and we found this nearby. It is the birthplace of Davy Crockett. Honestly, I can't remember what he's famous for besides being like a mountaineer and wearing a raccoon hat. So time to get a little educated about the history of Davy Crockett. Already learning something. He was a mason.
Do you want me to wait?
You know what this is? Skunk. We also need a new cupboard.
Okay.
What's this one?
All right, so he was a congressman. He was also a frontiersman, and he died at the Alamo. So we're walking over right now to check out his homestead. They said it is a replica. It's not the original one, but it's exactly how it would have been in the spot it would have been in. He also strongly opposed Andrew Jackson's Indian Removal Act.
You see turkey? Look at the turkey. Does it scare you?
Carrie.
It's okay. I got you.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. He scared you?
Bye bye. Bye bye. Look.
Is he funny? Stand back a little. Not too close.
Turkey makes me nervous.
I know. He looks at you all funky. It's a moving fuzzball. What'd you find, Padme? Did you find a pig? Did you find a pig?
Pig. You say pig?
It's a big pig. Oh my goodness. This is what men sound like sleeping. Wow. It's a tiny, tiny house. Yeah, it's a little house.
Ew.
Yeah, a tail. He has a tail, yeah. Skunk?
Ew. Ew. Ew.
Yeah. Would you like to pet him? You don't want to pet him? Right here? You want to pet him right here? No? You sure?
Yeah.
Aw. Touch his ear? Touch his ear? She'd say? Bah. Bah.
I'm going.
They're going to eat.
So we're back from our adventures today. I really liked that car museum. It was only $5 to get in, and honestly it was better than the one at Gatlinburg. Even though Gatlinburg was a lot of movie cars, which was cool to see, this had a lot more interesting cars to see. And the gentleman that was working the counter, he was in there all by himself, and we were the only ones in that museum. And I think they should have more traffic because it was a really great place. He was really helpful and really knowledgeable about most of the cars. He wasn't even the owner, but he was really nice, and he was there to answer any questions we had and just chat with us. They had a little kids corner where Padme could ride some Power Wheels around and stuff like that. She was scared to go in them, but yeah, it was a really cool museum, and I really hope that they do well, because it was neat. You know, it was small and it was more personal, and the cars were just cooler. So we're just back here today. We don't really have any plans for tomorrow. We're gonna put Padme down for a nap here in a little bit, and yeah, we're just gonna relax and hang out, enjoy the AC, maybe do a bit of gaming.
Padme. Me and Padme are supervising on this hot Father's Day, watching the father do all the work. Padme, what are you doing? Don't rub it in your hair. Ew. You got mud in your hair. You're all muddy. The RV's getting clean and you're getting dirty. Padme's gonna need a shower. Wash? Well, not in that. We'll wash in the bath.
Are you helping? Alright, for Father's Day I decided that I wanted to wash the rig because I love a good clean vehicle. So I just finished with Steph and Padme's help, and it looks a lot nicer. The park here let us wash it for $10, which is great. You don't see a lot of parks that'll let you do that. So there are some out there, but some of the nicer ones don't let you work or wash or anything. So yeah, the RV looks good. I feel a lot better about it, and we're just gonna hang out here the rest of the day and do nothing. All right, we're pulling out today. Not quite sure where we're gonna go. We're gonna figure that out maybe when we stop at a rest stop on 81. But today, the test, if my fix on the windshield over here worked or not. I didn't do the other side because it was separated. I settled that side in and let it dry for 3 days. So I'm interested to see when we pull down this hill and the body flexes, if it rips loose or holds. Here we go. We'll be watching that corner right over there. That side's almost back in. It's almost in.